We make deliberate choices every day that we know will end badly. We tap the block, watch the stack fall, and wonder why we made the move in the first place. We wrestle with this psychological quirk today, and storytellers have tried to decode it for centuries. In 1667, John Milton introduced his epic poem Paradise Lost by announcing his subject right away, of man's first disobedience and the fruit of that forbidden tree. Milton constructs a systematic 10-book architecture to dissect how a single choice can collapse an entire moral order. To understand why we still make destructive choices right now, we have to look closely at how Milton maps out this original failure. Milton gives Adam and Eve absolute freedom. Nobody forces their hand. They calculate their options and consciously decide to disobey. The fault belongs entirely to them. This creates a glaring philosophical tension. If granting humans total liberty inevitably leads to a tragic fall and immense suffering, we have to ask if free will is actually a beneficial trait. Western epics are brilliant at defining this exact problem, but to find a solution, we need an entirely different cultural framework. We have to take the dilemma Milton diagnosed in 17th century England and run it through a much older set of rules to prevent freedom from becoming a curse. That framework comes from Indian knowledge systems. These traditions treat philosophical concepts as precise mechanical laws. Centuries before Milton, the ancient text of the Bhagavad Gita provided a detailed manual on how human action and consequence operate. At the center of its teachings is a warrior facing a terrifying decision. The text insists he is entirely free to act, outlining the principle we know as karma. But karma comes with a strict condition. You have absolute control over your actions, but you are entirely bound by the results that naturally follow. You cannot separate the two. True liberty is a package deal tied directly to strict responsibility for whatever happens next. Under these rules, free will operates as an inescapable engine of universal cause and effect. Every choice forces a reaction. To keep that relentless engine from crashing, you need a steering mechanism. Indian philosophy identifies this as Dharma. Dharma functions as an ethical compass. It aligns individual choices toward behaviors that sustain internal and universal harmony. We can take this exact Eastern algorithm and lay it directly over the plot of Milton's Western epic. Adam and Eve weaponized their freedom against Dharma. Without that steering mechanism, the system fails. Their choice triggers a massive collapse of cosmic order and ushers in suffering. The fall of humanity in Paradise Lost serves as a clinical demonstration of what happens when a localized action disrupts the cosmic balance. Applying this cross-cultural lens shifts our focus. We look beyond the inevitable loss of paradise and begin to see a blueprint for navigating our own daily choices. Possessing freedom carries zero value if we lack the wisdom to manage the fallout. This applies directly to a normal Tuesday. We make dozens of minor, conscious decisions every day, and each one creates an immediate ripple. Those waves hit the people around us. Our daily routines tangibly shape the environment and the communities we share. The ultimate mark of human dignity lies in the precision of our choices, rather than the mere possession of liberty. The question we have to ask ourselves isn't, "Am I free to choose?" We have to ask how we can make choices that actively sustain the truth and stability of our world. Indian knowledge systems provide the vocabulary to navigate this weight. Choosing through the lens of Dharma turns an individual action into a contribution toward the preservation of a broader, shared order.